So hello everybody, welcome to a new series in Hearts of Iron for Kaiserreich. We're going to be playing as Tibet today. And not just any Tibet, we're going to be playing as the Totalist Tibet. Just because that... I've heard like there's a lot of strange things in Totalist Tibet. I don't think we've ever seen it rise naturally in-game. So it could be kind of interesting to kind of explore this route. There isn't actually like a lot of guides online on how to actually go for Totalist Tibet. Other than kind of making sure that, of course, the Panchen Lama does eventually return. So you might need to save scum a little bit to make sure, you know, events happen the right way. So hopefully you're not too upset by that. But we'll convene the Kashag. We will research our basic technology. Let me just move my microphone just ever so slightly. Okay, so yeah, we'll get our research upgrade. We only have 2 research slots, which is pretty bad. I feel like this is the first time I've had 2 research slots in a long time. We have 4 factories, 1, 0, and 3, so we might as well pick 1 more military factory in our capital. We have 5 divisions. Okay, I mean, it's not a lot, but we actually have... Why do we have so many generals? We only have 5 divisions. I don't think we need this many troops. Anyways, put them on the border with my clique. Because the war between my clique, Mongolia, and Tibet should still happen, basically, I think, no matter which way we end up going. So, of course, we want to send troops towards that border ASAP and try to take as much land as we possibly can. I'm not too sure exactly, like, which route... Like, what direction does Tibet really take in China? I guess we'll see, right? The Regency and the Tibetan people. In 1936, Tibet is embroiled with a bitter leadership dispute. The 13th Dalai Lama died in 1933, leaving the 5th Reted Rinpoche, Jinpai Yeshi Gyaltsen, as his regent until a new Dalai Lama can be found. As the leadership struggle is unfolded, the Reted Rinpoche was instated as regent. However, he serves only the figurehead of a chaotic government. 4 main factions unfold in the conflict. Lukshar's Kyocho Kunten, Panchen Lama's Tibet Improvement Party, Tarong's Young Tibet, and a traditionalist led by Jampel Yesh Gyaltsen and Trimon. The rest of the central government of Tibet referred to as the Ganden Phodrang. It is occupied by a collection of appointed officers, both theocratic and civil. The Rinpoche is highly ranked Buddhist monks that are confirmed by the public to be reincarnations of previously important monks. The Kashag is a 4-way council traditionally appointed by civil servants. After 1933 has been controlled by Marshal Trimon. The Tibetan are feudal landlords that hold significant sway in the more prosperous eastern half of Tibet in Kampa. The people of Utang, while still loyal to the Gaden Porang, are suffering from neglect and bandits coming from out of Xinjiang and Kashmir. Okay, so it's going to be another campaign. We're going to butcher a lot of names. And again, I apologize for that. I guess you guys will probably eventually be here. The Szechuan clique, I don't think Tibet has a war against the Szechuan clique, at least not anytime soon. And it looks like Russia's going to be going the national populist route. The Young Tibet Party leaves Lhasa. After being demoted, General Sarang Daza has been a thorn in the 5th Reading Rinpoche side. Sarang Daza has been agitating in Lhasa to escalate our diplomatic relations with the British in Delhi. Even as their power has waned following their syndicalist revolution. Thankfully, Zarang Dansa and his Young Tibet Party don't support the blind Lungshar, who has made his revolutionary intentions known in Quam, deserving of his blindness. Yeah, so we want to get the Tibet Improvement Party actually in charge, and eventually I think that'll eventually lead us towards the Sacred Union Party. So I mean, I'm excited for this campaign, just because it's definitely a little different than I think some of the ones we've done in the past. The Tibet Improvement Party spotted in Shigatse. Rumors circulating around the Dobs that visit the Gaden Porang aligned with the Nepalese border has seen an increase in tax resistance. This can only mean one thing, that the 9th Panchen Lama is plotting against the Regency again. The Panchen Lama was exiled a decade ago for resisting the 13th Dalai Lama's tax collection, and his domain in Xingtan was rightfully seized by the Gaden Porangs to pay back taxes. Until the Panchen's name appeared on copies of the 3 Principles of the People in Tibet, it was assumed that the Panchen Lama was still living in Mongolia. Sengar Sikkim. There's gonna be a few events that are, like, I've tried playing Tibet, just kind of seeing which way we need to kind of ebb and flow. in order to make sure we can actually succeed in this. The 5th Retin Rinpoche grapples with refugees. The regent, the 5th Retin Rinpoche, has publicly reintegrated his promise to protect West Zhikang from the Szechuan clique. The people of West Zhikang are so grateful to their Gaden Polrang for liberating them from Chinese imperialism. The 5th Retin Rinpoche has now spoken out how they shall overcome, how they should continue to protect the Golok people. But they also spoke of avenging those losses inflicted by them by the Qinghai army. Okay, so we get a little bit more support for our political party. We're at 69%. Nice. We have no troops in basic training. Do we have any material? Do we have 500 guns? Our units are garbage, but you know what? Garbage, I guess, is better than nothing. So we'll train those guys up right now. And we actually have 200,000 manpower. That's a little bit more manpower than I was expecting for Tibet. But I'm okay with that. For sure. Yeah, just gotta take a quick sip of my drink. The Young Tibet Party arrives in Yutsang. Reports of General Sarang Daza's insidious YTP have made a fresh set of promises to the people of Ustang. The Young Tibet Party has apparently promised the peasants' liberation from banditry should Zoran Daza be elevated him to regent. Young Tibetan are not trying to claim a new regent, and in the motion of our most esteemed Tremon will allow Tibet to modernize faster. We owe the continuing independence of Tibet to the right guidance of Timon and the 5th Retin Rinpoche, both of whom are deeply offended by Zarong's politicking. Okay, Afghanistan's war with India. I don't need to worry about that too much. Can't do any of these because we don't have any more focuses done. I guess we'll go for 2 civilian factories for, I mean, that's a 50% increase in factories. Seems pretty solid. I would imagine that Tibet is not going to get affected by Black Monday that much. Right? Like, how much could Black Monday really affect Tibet? It seems like it'd be rather muted. Anything else really happening around the world? Also, I did not turn off the horrible fog modifier. There we go. So it looks like the League of 8 province is slowly collapsing. The Tibetan improvement caught entering through Sikkim. Nepalese monks are reported being accosted by radical Tibetans in Sikkim. What distinguishes the Tibetans from their promotion of Indian socialist and Sun Yat-sen rhetoric. Surely these radicals are the rumored Tibetan Improvement Party, an easily transparent Indian plot to overthrow the Gaden Polrang and bring the atheistic socialism. Although Sikkim is out of our ability to intervene, the Grand Polrang can lean on the Nepalese government to help disperse these socialist agitators. So they're coming from Sikkim, which is right here in Nepal. And they wouldn't let them through, right? I mean, we want them to come through. And the Qing government has completely fallen apart. Again, you're still going to go for Sanakov very, very soon. But what was everyone else doing? Middle Africa. I mean, it's still like early, like mid-February, so not too much will really be happening around the world. And again, more wars are being declared. Oh, okay, let's go back to China. Let's get the Anqing, left camp tier down here now. Nanjing clique can be more territory. Yeah, is now going to be kind of released. Hunan clique. Okay, so this is our first event that we need to save again, just to make sure we actually get through the right political path. Otherwise, we're going to be having a problem. Nepal refuses to close the Sikkim border. The Tibetan Improvement Party has continued to grow in Sikkim, and it seems that they've grown bold enough to finally cross into Tibet. We cannot mobilize the Damar Sagar out of Lhasa this time, but the Dog Dogs can be deployed in time to counter the rebels. The Dog Dogs can either be sent to hunt Tibet Improvement militants in Quam province, or try to stem the flow of traders coming in through Sikkim. Marshal Tremon believes a hunt for Kappa allies will shock the Tibetan Improvement Party into retreating once more, while his understudy General Chariga believes in a direct assault against the Sikkim border is both necessary and legally justified. I believe we need to take the top option in order for this to work, but again, if it turns out to be the wrong one, we'll just kind of switch around. It's not a huge deal. Yes, the war is still going on over here. Everybody's at war with the Nanjing clique, so I'm going to take a guess it's not going to last for too long. The Tibet Improvement Militia, defeated the Dobdobs. The militia of the Tibetan Improvement Party reportedly ambushed Dobdobs patrolling in Quam and have taken some prisoners. Following this victory, the Tibetan Improvement Party, along with their militant horde, appear to be carving a path towards Sichuan. Monks in the Gainan Pradong believe they can stop the Tibetan Improvement's charge by pressuring all local Tibetans to ostracize the rebels. Well, Tremont believes the Dobdobs in Quam could defeat them in order to. If ordered to. Okay, we'll do another save. Again, I don't usually do a lot of saves, but in order for this to actually work, we need to make sure. Okay, well, let's deploy the Dobdobs. They screwed up the first time, so I'm going to imagine they're going to screw up the second time as well. The Dobdobs seem like they're just kind of like not good at what they are supposed to do. Also, what is our what are our national focuses right now? Or national ideas, what do they call them again? National spirits. Struggle for Tibet. Assume a good factory. Reconnaissance 10%. Dobdob tradition. I mean, it's a 3% recruit population. It's probably why we executive so much. And institutionalized serfdom. Stability goes down. We're actually losing a lot of political power between this and the struggle for Tibet. So we'll kind of see how things end up going there. We'll probably remove some of those events, I would have to imagine. I'm just not too sure exactly when they will go away. I do feel like Kaiserreich, ever since the newest update, has slowed down in the early game. Like, it does seem like events are really causing a major strain on this. Let's make sure we have our stats up so I can see if we're actually ever dropping frames or not. It's always very important to, you know, be aware of. That Improvement Party takes Lhasa. Lhasa? On a quiet morning, General Tremont was expecting a guard post outside of Lhasa. Suddenly, without warning, General Tremont was fired upon from the plains. Too slow to raise the alarm, General Tremont was shot dead outside of Lhasa. The most important victory of that day of the Tibetan Improvement Party, which is able to overrun the city the next evening. The Resident Panchen is now justly imprisoned, and they get down Pradong under the watchful occupation. Lose 20% stability. We load up a new order of battle. Tibet KMT. Chagra joins Bhutan. Changra is... I'm guessing that's a leader. Our country is free. So we're going to lose a lot of stability out of this. That's okay. We got a new... What the hell is that flag? So the 9th Panchen Lama is now in charge of the country. Okay, it looks like our marshal did end up fleeing the country. But that's okay. We got a free unit here. Deploy him to the northern border ASAP. We don't need to worry about you. So from now on, we need to make sure that the Sacred Union Party ends up overthrowing the Tibet Improvement Party. I'm assuming that's going to be the case. I mean, how long until you're finished? You are 70 days. Return to the Panchen Lama. Elections in a year. Party convention. So I'm guessing these both need to happen, and then eventually the Sacred Union can be kind of announced to the world. What are the effective changes from this? Political power, we lose a little bit of stability, but I mean, it seems like mostly good things. It seems like things do get better if we go this way, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. And you are ready in 10 more days. Fantastic. We also have 116 political power. Anything we can actually spend that on right now? We're also over our military cap, but that's okay. We don't need to really worry about that at the moment. Also, don't deploy these units. If we're over our limit, I mean, that should, I think, go away once we're finished deploying our 2 factories from our national focus. But as soon as they're done, our army should at least be in an okay situation. I'm still trying to figure out, like, what animal is on this flag. Because we got, like, a sun, there's the moon. There's some mountains right there, but I have no idea. It's not like a... Is it a dragon, or is it, like, some sort of, like, tiger? I'm not too sure. But the Panchen Lama has returned. Welcome. It's going to take about 70 days for this to fire, but that's okay. And now we have more military... Or we have more civilian factories, so you can build more military factories a little bit faster. You'll be done in June 2nd, 1939. Okay, so that is a while from now. I think we can safely say that. So in a while from now, we'll have one more military factory, which means nice. After that, what else do we have here? 4 steel, 2 aluminum, more building slots I think are basically garbage. 3 military factory is always nice. I mean, what resource are we missing? We have no steel. Okay, I mean, that's not great, but we'll worry about that in the future. The Yusha conflict escalates. It seems that the Zili collapse has caused the Qinghai government to grow impatient with the frequently raiding by Tibet nomads in the region. Claiming that they are in fact funding the raiders in order to reclaim the Yushu township for ourselves, the massive announced our government. Even though we do in fact have no connection with the recent raidings, they have the audacity to commit the action such as this. Obviously, we cannot leave this matter alone. If we're already to be being blamed for the raiding, perhaps we could actually establish a connection with the raiders in order to increase their strength and maybe even gain control of Yushu for ourselves. Yushu is this province here. I mean, I see no reason not to. If we're being blamed, we might as well actually do it. Also, we have splendid isolation. That's horrible. That's really bad. Who decided to be splendid isolation? I can't change it right now. I wish I could. We will go for just generic industry company for now. And the region's vision. Sitting on the shore of Lake Lahamo, Latso Lake, the region had a vision of the new Dalai Lama. Through a large monastery with a gilded roof and turquoise tiles, and a twisting path from it, the vision took the region to a hill in the east. Opposite to the hill stood a small house with distinct eaves. The eaves of this house were distinctly a house in Amado. The vision ends and the region awakes to alert the Lamas of their journey. A journey to Amdo. Which I believe it leads to finding the modern Dalai Lama. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if he can actually come to power. We will go for dispersed. No, concentrated industry? Which one do we actually want? No, we want construction speed first. What am I talking about? We don't have enough military factories to make one of those really useful right now. Preparing for the journey. Despite the intense political disruption of the past few months, the Trek Rinpoche has remained loyal to the government. Although the Quechua Rinpoche has sequestered himself in Quam, has refused to join the Retin Rinpoche government in 1932. Once the Quechua Rinpoche is added to their team, they must enter Ma's territory in Mando to retrieve the Dalai Lama. The feuding mob family will surely not notice an expedition if it is done quickly. However, waiting to bring harm to the next Dalai Lama, just as neutrality before Truman caused the death of thousands of Golok Tibetans in 1921. Post Dalai Lama, it's happening right now. So, you better be prepared for it. We do have a decision to make. Reinforce the border. So, what are you? You should have been highly contested township between Tibet and the Maz. Current tensions 4. Let's reinforce the border. I mean, we want this war to happen. And the company of the Lamas. Battlefield. Yeah, I figured, like, why not play, like, some sort of, I kind of had an itch of, like, some sort of, like, multiplayer shooter. I played a lot of, Battlefield Bad Company when that was on Xbox 360, and I played a lot of Battlefield 3 as well, and even a little bit of, what is it, Hardline? Anyways, the company of the Lamas. It appears the Mon family feud is still confined primarily in Quihai and Nikshai, meaning most of the forces will be preoccupied. Our commander-in-chief recommends a detachment of elite Marsaga regulars, which would ensure no Maz patrol could harm them in the expedition. The region, however, does not recall any military encampment in his vision. Insists that a small escort will suffice. A small collection of Lamas in the Ganan Porang, all from Mando, have possessed that no escort will be safer than any escort. As they have already been able to visit Amo in recent years in disguise, the choice ultimately falls to the region. Stability, political power. We'll save just in case. Yeah, to save that up. Go faster with no escort. Give me the political power. I mean, getting the stability would be nice, but I think right now we're completely okay. I see 40 days left to go, and then we'll have an election in 1 year's time. Now follow that up with the party convention. Does that have to happen in a year? No, it doesn't. And it's only 42 days as well, which is nice. Probably a lot of Tibet's focuses is that they're all 70 days long, which is always, you know, a fun time. Like, it's May, and we've only done 2 so far. Mob movements in Yushu. The monks of Quam Monastery have reported an increase in mob militia activity in Yushu. This has surprised the 9th Panchen Lama, who has heard conflicting reports that the Jinan Council was a turmoil as of late. The monks can scarcely forget the 1932 border war with Maklik that saw thousands of golden Tibetans disposed and strewn across Yushu. We must find some way to counter the mob military oppression that threatens to again turn violent against our innocent people. Warlock Raid. What do we need for this? We have at least 101 infantry equipment stored in stockpile. Well, if we just get rid of these guys, or at least get rid of these 2. Will that be enough? Yes, we do. Now we can do a raid. Give me control of the territory, please, and thank you. Ma Bao positioned in Yushu. Ma Bao, who was renowned for his role in beating our forces in the Sichuan-Tibetan War in 1930, has been repositioned in Kwaidai by the Jinan government. We can only guess they want to establish fear in our forces by assigning the very man who beat them previously in front of them. But this will only bolden our resolve. We will, however, need to find ways to bypass the sausage fetches in Bio if we want to continue raiding on the town. I mean, that's not good. We want to... I mean, tension's right now at 19%. Warlock Raid, lose some infrastructure. 15% presence, which actually is, like, I think quite a bit. And of course, it'll probably increase tensions, which is not a huge surprise. We do have an airport. We don't have an airport, so we can maybe even think about getting some basic aircraft. Maybe, like, just build some, like, shitty bombers or something like that. That could, you know, help support our movements. That would be nice. That would be nice. Okay, Hammies declare their independence. Well, not independence right now. I think they're a vassal state, but eventually they'll go to war with the Jian clique, and we'll see how that goes for them. Military access, improve relations. You can deploy a unit. I will deploy this unit just in case of war. We're gonna be at 7 out of 5, which I'm sure is gonna be like a pretty bad. Yeah, it's gonna be like a really horrible penalty. But if we just don't worry about that, we should be okay. When is our military factory done? Probably February. Okay, so it improves, I think, by like 3 months. That's something. It's not much, but it's something. Also, I'm curious. We do have the Chinese faction. So this apparently only shows up, I guess, if you are actually in China, as opposing it used to appear for every single country. Yeah, Tibet, we're KMT aligned. Left KMT, of course, is left KMT leader. Yes, we got revolutionary spirit now. Damage the garrison, social democratic support goes up by 0.01, which is not a ton. I'll do a party convention, and we'll see who comes out on top. I can tell you who's going to come out on top. Revolution announced election 1 year. With the creation of a new constitution, the Gyacho Kunten, the Tibetan Improvement Party, and the Secret Union parties registered to run candidates for the upcoming election. Already posters for various candidates have started to pop in Lhasa and other major cities. Much ado is being made of the 3 candidates, especially in opposition leaders Nicholas Roderick and Lukshar. Lukshar's detractors still claim the aristocrat plot to sell Tibet to foreigners, likewise the foreign-born Roderick. Roderick's status as a candidate in Tibetan elections is shaky, and has strong support from Tibetans living in exile in Bihardia. Fortunately, for Roderick's supporters, the Indian Revolutionary militias are protecting him and ensure his stay in Lhasa. Okay, so you're still the ruling party. I don't think anything actually changed with that. So who's in charge of this? Nicholas Roderick. I mean, we do want Nicholas to eventually come out on top. I didn't actually know his name is Nicholas. Send Dobbs to the monastery. Tensions right now are at... I'm assuming 100 is when hostilities will actually break out. It's at 44 right now. We have 5 more support here. I mean, we're spending all of our command power on this, but again, what are we going to be spending our command power on other than this? Probably nothing. Actually, we may have an upgrade. Go offensive doctrine. We'll spend a little bit on that, but that's really about it. I mean, we're gaining 0.56 per day. That's actually like not bad. What pass are, I think, I'm trying to remember what other pass can actually go as Tibet. We have, I think, social democratic, social liberal, totalist. So that's this one path. And then I think there's just authoritarian democratic and personal autocrats. I think you can also go revolutionary take in Mongolia. Okay. Sounds good to me. I think there's also I thought there's national populist, but it looks like it's just authoritarian, traditionalist, and then kind of some sort of left-wing front. So Mongolia has also had a revolution. The Mon has won their election. Congratulations to them. Mongolia. Okay, part of convention. I don't know what you actually do for us. Probably like some sort of event would be my guess here. We can either go for one more research slot, which would be actually really nice. Or, I think we want to start making our way down towards one more military factory. Because our military factory, just the number of factories we have in total right now, just in general, suck. And also, let's get 4 steel. We need 4 steel because we actually have no steel right now, which is bad. Definitely not what we want. I'm assuming maybe over the course of a year, we're going to be having do another raid. About a rebellion. I'm assuming just over the next few months, we're going to have just like pop-ups being like, hey, which side of the election do you want to support? Okay, France has restored their monarchy. Welcome back, Kingdom of France. We've got national populist. Anybody else doing anything a little bit wacky? Again, it's still August, like 36th. It's still a little bit early for anything to really change. It seems like for the most part we got status quo. What's the plan for Tibet? There is no real direct plan. I mean, our first plan is to take this territory from Aklik. Assuming me and Mongolia kind of have an alliance together, that's our first plan. Other than that, I don't really know what Tibet can actually do. I thought it just could be interesting to play as Tibet. I'm sure, like, once Japan invades, I believe we join up with the Chinese United Front. We'll probably intervene in that, of course, when the time comes. But other than that, I guess we try to back the left KMT, even though I don't know how exactly that's going to work. We get, like, a better breakthrough. I mean, we'll take you. Because, I mean, what else am I really playing my political power on right now? We don't have a lot of... I mean, we actually have decent war support, but we don't have a lot of laws we can really just pass right now. I don't think we can go for extended conscription. That requires you to be... requires us not to be isolationist. We can't just replace isolationism right now. Which is unfortunate, because I would really like to do that. It looks like it's left KMT against Anshing. We can... I guess we could send volunteers there if we wanted to. We got that Dobs, you're garbage. We got you, which are garbage. We got you, who's a little bit less garbage. So why don't we put you into a new army? Just whoever has the highest attack value. And we're going to send you to left KMT. Yes, send him over. Because I guess Mongolia should now also be KMT aligned, would be my guess. Again, like early game, I don't know what's happened in Kaiserreich. Like this update has really slowed down the game a little bit. Like we're KMT aligned. Mongolia is independent. I guess, yeah, they are not technically part of any country. No, I guys should back with the Russians, but I don't think that's going to matter so much. And when do you 24th September. So we got a few more days till you actually ride on left KMT. We'll try to support you because I know left KMT's army is, I think, basically garbage, if I remember correctly. Maybe give them a little bit of support in their war. Kyoto Kunten promises modernization. Kyoto Kunten promises if elected, they will reopen the Gangnam Podrong and empower the Zong Gaizong. Zygotsam consists of abbots and ex-abbots of the 3 biggest Gula monasteries. This will separate the secular government from the Gainan Paldrang, while still allowing them to represent us diplomatically. The supporters of the Kunche Kuntin also claim that the incumbent Tibetan Improvement Party is detrimental to Tibet through their dependence on the Chinese KMT. At the same time, the Kunche Kuntin announced the Sacred Union Party as a front for Indian socialism to impose itself on Tibet. So we have you. Let's send you to here. Who's attacking? You are attacking, okay. Yunnan cliques fall in the Civil War as well. We're not really going to worry about that too much. Yunnan is you. Construction 1. Let's do more border raids. We're at 64% tension, but we have 65% control of the province. Which to me seems pretty good. Honestly, we'll even go for construction too. Just so we really need to improve the infrastructure of our country as much as we possibly can in a short time. Okay, we are on the defense now. See if we can maybe push our way through here. KMT forces maybe will help support us. Maybe they'll support us. Maybe they won't do anything. Who knows? Okay, so we got some more resources. One civilian factory, foreign assistance. Whip the army into shape. Reinforce the army electronics. A free military factory. You know, let's whip the army into shape as well. Do we have that debuff that a lot of, yeah, we do have the debuff that a lot of... Or not a lot of. I think every Chinese faction has. Let's go for research. Let's go for concentrated industry 1. And keep on pressuring you. Because the army reform, we have no army reform right now. Which is a lot of organization loss, which is always fun. Okay, Long Yuan has taken control here. Back up here to reinforce. Let's try to defend this land as much as we possibly can. And I'm assuming there's probably like no nail superiority at all because nobody has any nobody has any ships in China, if I'm not mistaken. Are you mountains? You are mountains. You know what? Our army being here probably is not the best. Let's move our units to this side of the map instead. That seems like it'd be a little bit more useful. You come over here. We attack our way into the plains. The game crashed. Okay,